Yeah, that's what I need. Just what I need. Yes, quick
Just
and
what-
easy. Get in my mouth.
Yeah, it's Welcome to episode 94 of the Lazy Couch Podcast. It's the podcast that gives you all what you need to know in the world of tech and so much more. My name is Calvin Lee, and I'm not so sure about The Last Jedi.
And my name is Jeff Kim, and I'm not sure about it either. Please no spoilers, Kelvin.
I don't know, man. I would say it's probably the first Star Wars movie where I came out not knowing what to even say about it.
Whoa.
Like, I felt
Someone,
like the
someone
rest,
said something kind of crazy to me today. This could be Disney's new tactic to make you want to watch it again. So, like, because I'm the same. I was like, immediately I was thinking, yes, I need to watch it again.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
because Rogue One, like I liked it immediately. Like after, I'm like, it was a new take on Star Wars. Yeah, not so bad. Sure, a couple of bits here and there, but I didn't mind it. I came out of this one going, it felt which I probably think meant it was a little bit of everything. So that's why it seemed a little broken up.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna reserve my judgment, my real judgment, until the second viewing, which is tomorrow afternoon.
Yep.
So stay tuned. Lazy Couch.
Yeah. Well, we'll cover you in episode 95, and we'll give you a second quick take on that. But this episode is all about Amazon. Lucky us, we now have Amazon. We're going to talk about how they've been going for the last few weeks. But before we do that, there's a new member to the TLC family.
Right, yes. Well, almost a new member because she's been hiding in a cave, also known as a pet's cage, in my bathroom. Yes, it's a new black cat named Felicia Hardy.
Great name, by the way.
Yes, I'll get the audience to Google that one, but it is a black cat. That's right.
Yeah, and you know what? Before you said it was a cat, it was entering that creepy place.
Yeah, the lazy couch going to the creepy couch.
Yep, that's right. All right, let's get kicked off.
Yeah, so while she's settling into my bathroom, the cat that is, we're going to talk about all things Amazon because as of 2 weeks ago.
Yes, 6th of December.
Ooh, okay, just in time for my birthday. Ironically, Amazon came to Australia, officially launched Amazon.com.au.
And that's a funny thing, right? I mean, just not looking at all the articles, the news, and everything. Did you hear friends talking about it? Was the vibe different?
I think everyone was kind of expecting it to happen that week. I think it was towards the end of the week, wasn't it? And I think maybe 3 p.m. that afternoon, someone came up and said, "Hey, Amazon's done. Amazon's here," and that's about it. That was the only the hoopla that I felt.
Yeah, and it kind of makes you wonder whether their launch was sort of quiet because not everything was on there. I remember the first thing that I saw was a friend of mine who actually does list stuff on Amazon, and he got a quick note saying you can now list your items on Amazon. So quickly go do it, etc., etc. And that was like 2-3 days before the launch. So I don't think they're at the place they want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're definitely not 100% there for Christmas.
That's right, and I think for me, actually, the day before there was an agile conference, which was kind of in house at our workplace actually, and there was a guy from Amazon that was presenting, and before question time, like he sort of had to do the whole caveat saying, "Hey, I'm not going to answer any questions about when it's launching and all that sort of stuff," and I think that was actually the day before. I mean, he must have known.
Yeah, and he still had spare time.
Yeah.
So it's quite cool. They have released the list of top 10 selling products. So I thought we could go through it and see if there are any surprises. The first 3 are all video games. So number 1 is FIFA 18 for the PS4. Number 2 is Call of Duty WW2 for PS4. And number 3, Star Wars Battlefront 2 PS4.
All PS4.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? I think we've always known. I think the numbers are there are 4 PS4s to every 1 Xbox One being sold at the moment. So Sony definitely is killing it right now. So it looks like all the teenagers are going to get video games.
That's right, and I mean, looking at the top 10 as well, you got Nintendo Switch. You got the Joy-Con for the Nintendo Switch. What else you got? You got Battlefront 2 for the Xbox One. That's quite surprising because I don't think anyone was doing that for the Xbox.
Yeah, and considering the issue Battlefront 2 has at the moment with the whole, is it gambling, is it not? It's on number 9, so that's really interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I would like to compare this to maybe rest of the world. I mean, when they launch with their games as well. I mean, it's a bit of a tricky market, Australia. No one really seems to know or be able to predict what's going to be popular on there. It's not going to be books, is it? No.
And there's a couple of boring things as well, like HDMI cable at number 5.
Yeah.
Like, how many HDMI cables do you need? Like 3 meters as well. Like,
it's for all those Xboxes out there.
What, from your bedroom to the living room? 3 meters is pretty big. So that's quite surprising. And I've never heard the brand Strong. I think it must be a in-house brand. We're going to need to look into that.
Is it a brand or just the description of the actual cable? It's just very strong.
Right. So you can go whip someone with it.
And 3M might be the company 3M, not 3 meters.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Number 6. Wireless Bluetooth speaker by
also strong, yeah.
Yeah, also very strong. That's hilarious. Number 7, we finally get a book. The Barefoot Investor, the only money guide you'll ever need.
What is this?
Should I be concerned that I don't actually have that book?
All right, is this like cryptocurrency? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, it probably has to be.
Yeah, right.
And the last one, the last book is 5 Ingredients, Quick and Easy Food.
Yeah. That's what I need. Just what I need. Yes, quick and easy. Get in my mouth.
Yeah, it's. And on to the next interesting thing. Apparently, the launch in Australia is one of the biggest launches ever for Amazon. So how
do they measure that? How do they? How do you measure the bigness of a launch of a website?
I think they looked at the first day in the first 24 hours.
Right.
So
the activity.
Yeah, so...
Oh, and I'll just stop that autoplay.
You got trolled.
Yeah.
So apparently in the first 24 hours, an item was and orders were placed across all the categories, all 23 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So Amazon launched in the US in 95, and then in the UK in 98, and they recently launched in Mexico in 2015, and Singapore and the Netherlands in 2017. So... that's really interesting. So it's the biggest launch compared to all those countries.
Even compared to the UK, you reckon?
Yeah, I think the first 24 hours. I mean, if you think about back then in '98, there were probably there was no PayPal or whatever there was back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The other really interesting article I found was by ARN, which is the Australian Retail Network magazine, where it talks about why that's the case. So it looks at all the existing online behavior data, and I thought it was quite interesting to have a look at. So in the last 6 months, the last 3 months, 54% of all Australians above the age of 14 bought a product online. So that's half.
50%, wow.
Yeah, so in that same period, 25% of Australians shop for electronics and appliances. So that puts us right, in the firing line of Amazon. So they must have done all this. You know what I mean? This is just Roy Morgan data, which is readily available. But yeah, that's super interesting. And it's primarily around electronics and appliances.
Can't get enough of our HDMI shit. No, I think Australia's always been known as as a country that has a lot of disposable income, I suppose. And I mean, like, we've always been the test case or the test bed for a lot of the American companies, hasn't it? Just funny that it's taken like 20 odd years for this to happen in Australia.
Yeah, and it's funny because we've always depended on retailers like David Jones and Myers. So what was really cool is, I don't know how they did this, but they looked at David Jones data over the last 4 to 6 weeks, and 30% of all its customers visit the Amazon site.
Oh, how did I know that?
I don't know how they did that. I'm going to have to look into this, but take it with a pinch of salt. The Roy Morgan Institute also identified 68 retail brands. So from a small selection, in terms of who's also shopping online at Amazon, David Jones at 30%, Zara at 28, Dimmicks at 27, Officeworks at 25, Toys R Us at 24, and so on and so forth. So apparently, at least a quarter of the customers of all these big retailers are going to Amazon.
Yeah. Yep. And I guess that's going to rise now that it's in Australia, I suppose.
Yeah. They also looked at the markup. in terms of, compared to Amazon, and was only like 7%. So not too bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but they just don't have enough products yet. So I'm guessing they're going to find their way around it. Yeah, so the other article I came across was quite interesting. What about the grocers, right? So Woolies have announced that they're going to start stepping up their online offering, which is funny. Like we all knew it was coming. So why now? You know what I mean? Like, what took you so long?
Yes. Well, grocery market for Amazon is a little bit not as ready over here. Is that right? Because we don't have who did they just buy? Whole Foods. Actually, Whole Foods as a brand, actually Woolworths actually owns. I mean, they're a totally different thing to the US Whole Foods, but at least in America, Amazon has that the reach of these supermarket networks.
Yeah. So here's what's really interesting, and I don't know where they're... Oh, this is from Nielsen. Apparently 6.7 million Australians visited the Woolies website in October, and only 4.6 visited the Amazon US site. I'm not sure I can believe that data. And I think from Australia is probably where it's coming from, because they also say that it's 3.7 million who visit the Coles site.
Right.
So it looks like Woolies is the biggest online grocer we have right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's just visits though, right? I mean, like, do people just go there to have a look, or do they actually purchase stuff? I guess you would, right? I don't know. Why would you go to the Woolworths website?
I don't know. Check for like the latest offers or brochures or something like that. But I think it's kind of weird that it's so late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is interesting. The other sort of one of my favorite websites of all time is obviously OzBargain. And it's always good to see what the OzBargainers think about Amazon. So what I did was I went into OzBargain, I looked at all the active deals that are currently happening for Amazon, just to give you a flavor of the goods that it's currently in Amazon.
And this is real-time list, isn't it?
This is a real-time list. Yeah. So I'm only looking at active. So this is as of today, which is December 19th. You have a couple of books for about $1. They don't look very good.
15 pluses.
You've got the very popular Nintendo Classic Mini.
Yes.
So it's that little Super Nintendo for $120. A couple of Switch games, a washing machine for $340, some Lego games, makeup, dash cams, headphones, Star Wars, First Order, Star Destroyer. There was a fridge there as well. It's all super cheap stuff though, but it's not brands that we're used to. So for example, the fridge is a Asti Vita. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But no, still have books and stuff, but it's so limited. Like I'm looking here, there is a 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, so like 20 products that the OzBargainers think are a good bargain.
Yeah, the Sennheiser one is fairly popular. It got 43 positives to 0 negatives. $198. Sennheiser HD 4.50.
Yeah, so that looks pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully by Boxing Day, they're going to, do more, maybe, because this is quite underwhelming.
Do you think Amazon, they purposely left the launch after Black Friday?
I don't think they could get it done in time.
Okay.
I think it was just too much to handle. I think they missed the mark.
In terms of like stocks, having a warehouse, or the actual online part of it?
I think everything. I mean, they should have had this done and tested in at least October, right? That way they can ramp up to Christmas and get all the retailers, online, get all the sellers online. I mean, the fact that sellers are being told 2 or 3 days before the official launch was, no one's going to have enough time to get their inventory online.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a quick recap on where Amazon is in Australia. I'm actually quite disappointed. I don't think DJs, JB Hi-Fi, or any of those guys are going to be worried. It's not enough for this, festive season. So maybe we'll come back and do a follow-up story before the next big thing. Maybe, June next year or something. Give them a few more months to find their feet. So far, not the big sort of takeover I was hoping for.
And you were telling me that if you have the American account or the account for the American store, that should just transfer over to the Australian one.
Yeah, so I logged in for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I didn't buy anything yet. So I was viewing products, and the shipping was free in most cases. So I must have picked it up, and I could log in. I could visit the store. That's actually a good reminder. I wonder what my address is for my login, because obviously I put in an American address, like 90210 or something silly like that. I haven't checked that yet.
I reckon most of the Australian population would have at least created an account with Amazon in the past. I mean, like, personally, I probably set one up maybe 6-7 years ago and haven't been back. Am I more inclined to go back now? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on, like, what comes up in the Google search, I suppose. But yeah, interesting times indeed.
Yeah, and before we close up this little segment about Amazon Australia, you want to guess what was the first product bought on Amazon.com.au?
Ooh, ever. They actually announced that.
They actually have.
I'm going to go Harry Potter book.
Close.
Oh.
It was a L'Oreal Paris True Match Foundation.
Very close then. Yes.
All right. On to this other story I found about Amazon in the US called Amazon Key. So there was a write-up on the Washington Post. What it is you give Amazon access to your house.
Why not?
Why not? So I'm on the official page right now, and obviously the punchline is not at home, not a problem. So this is how it works. You get a electronic lock for your door and a camera. Starts at $200 US. Delivery guy comes in. It automatically turns on the cloud cam and unlocks your door.
Yes.
And then the delivery person can just slip the package through the door, and you can see that person not come in, basically.
Just place it through the door and leave, basically.
Yeah, and leave.
Yeah.
So reading this Washington Post story was quite interesting. So there were times where he forgot to switch on the camera, and Amazon would switch it on for him.
Okay.
So, which is creepy, yes, no, oof.
So hang on. So as my understanding is, as a delivery person approaches the door, like with some sort of Bluetooth sensing technology, I suppose, and
that's right.
And then the person who's receiving it, who's elsewhere, do they get alerted, and do they have to open the door?
No,
or it just happens automatically?
It all happens automatically.
So, they could be in a meeting and be totally clueless. I guess that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So you will get notifications via the app, like, we're now at your front door. We're going to push the package through, so you can. I'm guessing you can ping it through the camera and look at it live, but everything's recorded, basically.
Yeah. So what was his problem then? It's like he just forgot that it was happening, or?
That's right. So his one major concern is, like, how do I know when the camera's on?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, this is a trust system, is it not? Like, I mean,
is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
This one guy left cookies on the for the amazing Amazon delivery person.
And then you can rate him 5 stars.
No one took it.
Okay.
No one took his cookies.
Okay.
No one took his cookies. That was hilarious. Like, the guy's like, ooh, what if I didn't deliver the last one right? He's gonna, poison the crap out of me.
Maybe if they came down through a chimney like Santa Claus, they'll eat those cookies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's been sort of mixed reaction with this, right? Overall.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that it actually got hacked.
Oh, how?
Yeah.
How?
So researchers found a way for example, a delivery person could cause the security camera to freeze.
Okay.
And then the guy could just walk in your house.
Right. So the delivery person is sort of in on the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So here's the other thing. So he ordered 8 things. Amazon missed the window for 4 of them. So, and it sent inaccurate alerts when the packages might arrive.
Right.
While they said, oh, the delivery guy is there now, but he actually wasn't.
Yes.
So there's major inaccuracies with when this whole sort of this logistical supply chain thing working out for Amazon.
Sure. Is this a little bit of techno panic though? Because I mean, like, I feel like this is just going to happen in the future, right? Like, whether we like it or not. I mean, like, we're in a pretty good situation because we can get stuff delivered to our office with no, like, it doesn't matter I don't know if anyone's ordered a fridge, but like, yeah, I see some pretty big packages down there.
No, and you know what? I just want to call out to our mail guys. Like, it must have been insane in the last 2-3 weeks.
Oh yeah, Black Friday.
Yeah, crazy thing.
Yeah.
So the other thing is, I mean, just looking at the device alone suggests the lock. It's also, so it's just like any other remote lock. It's made by Yale, which is a trusted brand. But you can't use those brands' own apps. You have to use the Amazon one. So obviously the operating system has been transferred over. I had a really good experience with a remote lock. I went to visit a friend in Singapore, and we were early, right? But we had, you know, a baby and all, and she's like, "Just come into my house." I'm like, "I don't have your keys." They're like, "Well, now you do," and the door just opens. Something that, you know, I think you're in an apartment right now, right? So it's not something that you and I could do, because we have a front door, as in a building door. So,
but maybe in the future, Strata might decide, well, you can just leave it inside the main door, because I mean that would work for me too, right? You just pick it up. So there's some sort of agreement with all the residents, and say, yeah, we've got this service now. Maybe that's a way to attract people to buildings. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is actually a pretty good idea. Overall, maybe hasn't really been implemented that well initially, but it's definitely got some legs, I feel.
Yeah, and I think this is just one way of Amazon getting into the whole Internet of Things, right? If it owns your door, I mean, you obviously feel comfortable Amazon managing the security of your home. I mean, what's to stop you from, you know, doing a Nest type thing where you could add a smoke alarm or lights or anything?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, like who owns that space right now? It's probably like, I don't know, Samsung, if anything. Because like if you've got digital doors or digital locks, then are you saying that whoever built that owns the door? I mean, like, I don't know. It's one of the owners, I think. Like, you wouldn't just allow Amazon, right? You would allow. It's like a trust system. It's part of this never-ending pull and push between security over convenience, right? So whatever's more convenient, you lose a little bit of security, and you just have to, go ahead with that.
Yeah, so it's saying here that you can SMS a online code to your friends so they can unlock the door. So you've got bigger issues than a delivery guy if you're doing that. And I'm just trying to think what else Alexa has in. I mean, all right, that's right, Alexa. So Amazon has Alexa in your home, so I'm guessing that will integrate well as well. So maybe you can say, "Hey Alexa, I can't come to the door. Can you open the door?" Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe you can set it up so that it is like you get notified, like someone's approaching to your door, and then you physically push a button on your phone, and that unlocks rather than randomly unlocking. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of thing in between, right?
But you know what? I think it's only a matter of time before you have, like, you know, Google Home actually taking care of your home. But obviously Amazon has a better reason to do it because it can do delivery packages. So I think they've got a one-up on everybody right now.
Yeah. At least they're trying these things. But I mean, just the article, like, I really don't like these sort of articles because it just kind of reads like you're just sort of complaining just for the sake of it, sort of thing. Like, I'm sure like 5 years down the track, everyone will be laughing at this article because everyone's using it. So anyway, a bit like John C. Dvorak complaining about the mouse 20 years ago, you know?
Yeah, but also I think it's step one into getting a drone into your house.
A drone into your house?
Yeah, why not?
Like a little nano drone.
Yeah, a drone comes and goes, "Hello, I have your package," and then the door opens, he drops his package and leaves the house.
There's a little, like a trapdoor, maybe like that you can come in. The trapdoor kind of like opens as the drone nears, maybe.
And then you don't have to leave the damn thing cookies.
Yeah, and if the drone can feed the cat as well, wow, that's a game changer.
Yeah, about that, you're going to have to be home a lot.
No, I'm going to rely on the drone, man. Yeah.
I think that's all we have.
Yes, all Amazoned out.
Yeah, I'm all Amazoned out.
Yes, unfortunately, Diana Prince wasn't one of those things that we talked about today, but she's Amazonian. Okay, that's a pretty bad joke.
Okay, you tried that. I'm glad you left that in.
Yeah.
All right, and that's episode 94 all wrapped up. If you want to tell us what you think about that episode, check out our website at thelazycouch.com. You can also join us in the Facebook chat room at thelazycouch.com/chatroom. We're also on Twitter at thelazycouch. Also find us on Facebook and Instagram.
All of those things.
All of those things. And that's Kelv out.
Jeff out.
Dun, 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 dun.
Facebook chat room. Where did that come from?
No, that thing we have that no one ever talks about.
Oh, that's still going.
Yeah, that's still going.
No, well, it's not really going. It's there.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay, right.
Just saying.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah. Maybe we should. When we do a new episode, maybe we should post that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great idea.
That's our mailing list. It's our newsletter.
All right. I'm gonna stop the recording in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's what I need. Just what I need. Yes, quick and easy. Get in my mouth.
Yeah, it's
Time
sorry.
code.
Time code. Where am I? 9:01. I need a piece of paper, man. Hang on. That's too good. That's too good. I can edit this bit out. Hang on, let me get a pen. I'll be right back. Let me get a pen.
You want me to say it clearer?
I'm so glad you did that.
You want me to repeat it? I can say it like
no,
more
please
clearly.
don't. Because the last episode we didn't really do much. Okay. All right. Okay, so back
Get in
to
my
it.
mouth.
Okay.